guys, and welcome back to Justice Tarot. I am Tiffany, and I'm going to be doing your collective reading for today. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. If this reading reached your timeline, there may be a message in here for you, so make sure that you read through to the end. Every message in here may not be for you, so if it don't apply, let it fly. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our prayer, and then we're going to jump right into our reading. We give glory, honor, and praise to the Most High for allowing us to see and witness this day. I ask for divine protection and guidance on this reading, and that may any negative energy be alchemized into clarity, wisdom, and transformation, and may only truth, healing, and divine messages come through this reading today. Amen and Ashe. All right, y'all. I hope wherever you are having a wonderful day. And if you are not able to have a wonderful day right now, I hope you're able to take a couple minutes to ground yourself and to tell yourself that whatever happened doesn't have to destroy the day. It was just a moment. All right, let's see what's in the collective energy for today. We have the Pentacles popping out, Page of Pentacles popping out in the upright. So it looks like somebody or you or somebody around you is really in kind of the manifestation station right now. You're really in a space where you're trying to bring something new, this new opportunity. And because it's the Pentacle, it's a real world opportunity, a person, place, thing, something real world. You're trying to bring that to the forefront. And it could be something that you're new at. This could be like a new job, a new hobby, something that you're new at. You are now currently developing that skill. The next card to come out was our Chariot. So right now you're taking a lot of momentum in it. So whatever this new thing is that you are doing, you are moving forward. It is aligning you, and it's taking a lot of kind of power for you to be able to either learn this new skill or do this new job. The next card to come out was Justice. So this is looking like it's a pretty fair opportunity that's being given to you, or that you're about to walk into, or even that you're manifesting. Now with the Eight of Pentacles coming out in the reverse, what that tells me is that kind of confirms for me that this is something that you're new at, that you haven't completely mastered. So when the Eight of Pentacles is in the upright, it's something that it's something in the real world that you've worked at for a really long time and that you've already mastered. When this comes out in the reverse, what that tells me is that you aren't really a perfectionist you haven't perfected this thing that you're working on. It could have been something that required more self-development. In this kind of reading, it looks like you're going into the environment where you're about to develop, not stutter. Okay, Stanley. All right, stuttering. You're about to go into an environment where you're about to work on those skills that you haven't necessarily developed before. And it's going to cause you, with the Knight of Swords, to come out after the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. There's a lot of action. It's a lot of, you have to be on your toes in the new environment. It's a lot of fast thinking, possibly even like a lot of speaking, a lot of fast speaking, a lot of quick talking, a lot of being able to think on your toes, solve problems quickly. And you're developing that skill to be able to do this new thing that you have brought into the forefront. Can I get a little bit more on the Page of Pentacles? Oh, the Three of Swords. Okay, so what the Three of Swords tells me, it typically shows up, the Three of Swords shows up like a broken heart, but what this also means is that you are accepting something. You are accepting that you are not the master at this thing, and it's not necessarily hurting you, but it is bringing you awareness, or some type of, it's bringing you awareness. It's bringing you some type of, oh, okay, all right, no, I do need to hunker down. Like, I thought I was this, but I'm not this. And that hurts a little bit, but it's a reality check. With the Four of Cups in the reverse coming out, it is a wake-up call. So you did receive some type of wake-up call that moved you in the direction to be able to start moving yourself forward with this thing that you've created or that you're trying to manifest. that pain point that you had to go through was accepting that you do have to grow up in this environment, or you do have to learn something new in this environment. And possibly the skills that you thought you were coming in with before aren't necessarily the skills that you have to use now, and now you have to develop new skills. The Emperor in reverse, this is the second reading. All right, somebody has lack of discipline. This is the second time, and literally the same spot. Emperor in reverse, smack dab in the middle under justice. So right now, this environment is causing someone to have to grow up. So when the Emperor is in reverse, someone has a very controlling nature about them. They're not controlling. When the Emperor is in the upright, he's in control of the environment. He got everything on lock. When it's in the reverse, somebody lacks a lot of self-discipline, and that lack of self-discipline must have been a wake-up call that you do actually have to develop the skills to be able to get the discipline you need to be able to move forward in this new thing that you're doing. Can I get the 8 of Pentacles reversed a little bit under that? Temperance in reverse. Now, wait a minute. With the 10 of Cups under the deck, with the 7 of Pentacles, so somebody doesn't want to wait anymore. The Moon reversed. Somebody's accepting the truth, or the truth is out. So next to the Emperor in reverse came out Temperance in reverse. And then next to that is the 6 of Swords. So it looks like somebody has an extreme imbalance in maybe self-discipline, an extreme imbalance in being maybe stubborn, how they approach people, places, and things. There could be some hints of maybe addictive behavior that is preventing you from being able to kind of focus on it and master this skill. And what this is also showing me is that somebody is kind of living in the extremes of, I don't even want to say toxic masculinity, but if that's what comes out, that's what come out. Somebody right now, I don't know who this is for, you or somebody around you. Somebody right now is in the extremes of kind of the toxic masculinity pull. And this new thing around you, it could even be a child, but this new thing around you, this new opportunity, this new thing that you're trying to bring forth is what you need to develop the discipline to get you out of these kind of egotistical throws, these ego battles that you're having within yourself. You are trying to move on to calmer waters mentally with the 6 of Swords coming out. You are trying to release some of the toxicities that kind of kept you from being able to develop those real skills that you need to be able to move forward. But with the Emperor coming out in reverse, with Temperance in reverse right next to it, someone is kind of like in the throes of really trying to discipline themselves, really trying to develop that self-discipline to let go of the toxicities, overindulging, some alcoholism, it could be some addiction, it could be anything that is really kind of taking you away from your ability to be able to focus on this skill that you need to be able to move forward. With the 10 of Cups under the decks, what that tells me is that someone is seeking kind of emotional fulfillment, alignment. This could also be this could also include like a family or a community. So somebody is really seeking that alignment, but in order for you to be able to seek the alignment with the Chariot coming out, which is what your skill is pushing you towards, you have to balance yourself. You have to let go of the toxicities. You have to let go of the extremities that you're kind of like dipping in between, where it's a tyrant, where you're controlling, you might be yelling, you might be arguing, and those behaviors are going to be the thing that prevents you from being able to grow this new idea into something bigger that you can actually use for the people, places, and things around you. Maybe even your kids, maybe to help build up your community. You have to focus on your self-discipline and your balance in order to be able to effectively help the people around you, if that is something that you're desiring to do. If you're even trying to move up in your job, move up in a new job, you got a new job job, and maybe there's an opportunity to go further before you even expected it. But you have to develop the skills that that place needs you to develop. And in order to develop it, you have some type of toxicity that you have to let go of. You have something that's keeping you imbalanced on a regular basis, so much that you're giving page energy and you're an emperor. So you are a grown person, but you're entering, this could be somebody who is a grown person but has kind of an immature way at approaching life or approaching new opportunities or even approaching new work opportunities. So this is kind of, this reading is really urging someone to really let go of that thing, that toxic thing, whether it be a person, whether it be a place. What is temperance in reverse? Something from the past, Six of Cups. Five of Swords in reverse. You don't want to fight. And it is blocking you. So there's some type of past tie that you're avoiding. There's some type of past toxic tie. It could be a past person. It could be maybe an old job that maybe you got hung up on. Maybe an experience that happened at an old job. But something that you are tied to is truly blocking you, with the Eight of Wands coming out in reverse, is truly blocking you from being able to take the next step that you need to take in your career or even with this new opportunity that you have. Let's get a little bit of advice from our oracle so we can kind of see what we need to do to get you to the next step. Cautious learning. Learning is a lifelong endeavor. Staying cautious and consistently learning new knowledge and skills will keep you improving. Adapt to the changing world and improve your competitiveness. So, with that Page of Pentacles coming out first, you have a new opportunity. This is your confirmation that you have something new that you need to develop, and you have to let go of the fact that even if you're grown, you can't learn something new. If you are someone who believes that even at your age, what you know is what you know and what you do is what you do, the world is changing. The world is changing and you need to change with it, and those skills need to be developed with the changing world that you are in. Especially with this Emperor coming out in reverse, you have to understand that you ain't never too grown to learn. You ain't never too grown to learn. You ain't never too old to learn. You ain't never too old to learn a new skill. There is nothing that can stop you from being the best version of you except for you, okay? What else do our oracles have to say? Right direction. That goes with our Chariot. Life has to be in the right direction. Think more, try more, and find the right path for you. If you move in the right direction, you will not get lost. You will get closer to success. So what this tells me is that you have to choose your path that's aligned for you and not what people tell you you should be doing. Something in this with the Page energy, a lot of the time when you think of kind of youth, they take a lot of advice from the people around them because they have to figure out the world. They have to develop those skills. But at a certain point in your growth cycle, you have to start relying on your own intuition, on your own discernment to be able to get you to the next stage that you need to get to. Can I get one more? Acknowledge. Learn to bless others and recognize your own efforts and accomplishments as well. This will give you a positive mindset and attract more goodness. So what you give out is what you're going to get back. So if you are in an environment where you do have somebody that has a little bit more knowledge about a topic, Go seek that person. Give them the credit that is due so that you can be able to have that exchange with them and learn from them and be able to grow into the best version of yourself. There are going to be people that are placed around you just for you to be able to get to the next level. Some of those people may be for lifetimes. Some of those people may be for seasons. 1444 on the timer. That may be important to somebody. There are a lot of people that are going to be placed around you, and some of those people know more than you. And you have to be okay with the fact that some of those people around you know more than you for a reason. It is for your benefit. It is for you to be able to partner in an equal and exchange environment where you can give them the credit that they deserve with the knowledge that they've acquired through their life, through their skills, through their shadow work that they've done. They've done a lot of hard work to be able to get to that point, to be able to be put in a position to guide you. So the best thing sometimes that you can do in an environment is give credit where it's due. It don't hurt you to give nobody no credit. It don't hurt you to say, hey, you actually did a really good job in that. Can you show me how to do it a little bit better? Hey, I like the way you did this thing over there. I'm trying to work on my own. Can you give me a couple of tips on how you were able to develop the self-discipline in order to get these things done? We weren't put on this earth to be alone. We weren't put on this earth to learn lessons alone. We weren't put here alone. So some of the best things that you can do in your growing process is welcome the people who know more. Welcome the elders. Welcome the people who maybe have been if you starting a new job, because that's also what came out. If you got somebody at your job that been there 20 years, that's probably the person you need to go talk to, okay? And that's probably the person you need to go try to get a little bit of advice from, especially if this is an environment that you want to grow in and you do see potential for you to be able to do something long term, all right? So if you made it to the end of this reading, I really do appreciate it. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe if anything in this reading resonated with you. And I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.